All
He's
right.
slick.
So we are going to do a tale of the tape on George Foreman and Larry Holmes, and we have Bin Umar, Chris Caban, and EJ Boxing Live. How you doing, fellas?
What's up?
Yeah.
Doing good, man.
What's
Doing
up?
good,
What's
man.
up? What's up?
Okay. So George Foreman, 76 victories, 5 losses, 68 KOs. Larry Holmes, he has a record of 69 victories, 6 losses, 44 KOs. And, okay, who are Larry Holmes' significant wins? Should I go? Alright, no, I'll tell you what, rather than do that, let's just go straight. We might as well just go straight in and start breaking this down. So,
Okay.
we're going to go from Bin Umar. Let me catch you. Let me see where you guys are at here. We're going to go from Bin Umar to Chris and then EJ. That's going to be the order. So, Bin Umar, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, strength and conditioning for George Foreman. How much would you give him?
I've seen him gas. Obviously, he gassed out most famously against Muhammad Ali. So I think I would give him a 7 on strength and condition. Well, with the strength, he's very strong, but his condition wasn't always that great. So I'll just give him a 7, even though with strength wise I would have it higher, but the condition wasn't always great. So I'm gonna give him a 7.
Okay. And what would you give Larry Holmes?
You know what? I've never actually. Larry would keep that jab going from the first round to the last round, and just very consistent with it and moving around the ring on his feet. He did always say it was very good condition. So I'm gonna give him a 9.
Okay. EJ, strength and conditioning for George Foreman.
For George Foreman, strength and conditioning. Let me think about that. You know what? For strength, I've seen in fights here. He's in some fights he carried, like especially with the Michael Moore fight. It looked like he carried his power even at a later age. Carried his power all the way through the rounds. Conditioning. When you saw him against Ali in the Rumble and Jumble, it looked like he tired himself out. And I mean, it was earlier, but he has tired himself out. So I'll give strength. I think strength are probably about 9, and that's pretty high. And conditioning, I think
No, it's all
conditioning.
one. Strength and conditioning is all one, so you've got to combine it all.
Oh man, I have to think. I think about 8 then. To be fair,
About 8.
yeah,
Okay.
I'll be fair.
And how much would you give Foreman?
Foreman.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, I mean
Who's
Larry
the
Holmes.
first one?
Sorry, Larry Holmes.
Oh yeah, Larry Holmes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Larry. Yeah, Larry. No, Larry's conditioning's on point, bro. Strength wasn't all that. Larry about 7. Because he had power, but not as much as Foreman, so I'll give about 7. But conditioning is excellent, excellent conditioning, no doubt.
So
Go the
strength and
distance, best
conditioning,
time.
you give him a 7.
Yeah, I'll give him a 7. Give him
Okay.
a 7.
Chris, George Foreman, strength and conditioning.
I'm gonna give him an 8.
You give him an 8. And Holmes?
I'm gonna give Holmes a 9. His damn endurance was incredible. That jab be pumping like the first round. I'm gonna give him a 9.
Okay. So that round goes to the Eastern Assassin, Larry Holmes. Okay. And then we go to punch selection. Punch selection, we start with Bin Umar. So that's punch selection, punch arsenal, punch weaponry, whatever you want to call it, yeah? So Bin, George Foreman, punch selection.
George Foreman could pretty much throw every punch. It really wasn't he couldn't throw. I mean, his jab wasn't necessarily the strongest at times, but he could throw every punch. So I'm gonna give him a solid. I'm gonna give him a 9 actually.
You give him a 9.
Yeah.
And how much would you give Holmes?
Holmes was a master of a jab and straight right hand. He really didn't throw much. I mean, he threw everything at times, but he was mostly jab, straight right hand type of fighter. So I'm gonna give him a 7.
You give Holmes a 7.
Yeah.
Okay. EJ.
Yeah.
Larry Holmes is punch selection. What would you?
Larry Holmes.
Yeah.
Okay, Larry Holmes. I'll give Larry Holmes is excellent, excellent, bro. When he was fighting Norton, even when he banged up Fraser, Fraser, I think Joe Fraser's son. Even when he fought, man, I'm telling you, bro, excellent. Has to be fucking 9, man. It's beautiful, perfect. 9.
Okay.
Larry Holmes, 9.
And Foreman.
Foreman's wild and messy, man. He got so much power. The wind could hurt you. So for me, man, it's a bit sloppy. I give it about 7. He ain't that wild. You see when he was fighting Ali, he was throwing misses wild, bro. Wild, man. So I give it about 7.
Okay. Chris, what you got for George Foreman?
Okay, I'm here.
George Foreman. Yeah.
I'm gonna give George Foreman a 7.
7.
My selection.
And what about Larry Holmes?
Larry Holmes, for me in his prime, I'm gonna give him a 10.
A 10. Okay. So we have Larry Holmes taking that one too. Okay. Okay, I'll do that in a minute. So we go to Hart. George Foreman. Hart. Bin Umar.
Man, fuck that. I'm giving George Foreman a 10. I'm giving him a fucking 10. I don't care what nobody say. You're getting a 10 from me.
Okay. What about Larry Holmes?
I mean, both of them had hard. I don't think either one of them was like quitters or anything of the sort. I'm gonna just give Larry a 9.
You Larry a 9.
Slightly less than George.
Okay. EJ. George
Yes,
Foreman.
sir.
Hart.
George Foreman, Hart.
Yeah.
George Foreman's Hart. Well, yeah. If you look at the Rumble and Jumble, he did get up. He was over the count, but he did get up.
Mm-hmm.
He did get up. He still wanted to fight.
Yep.
And this with this like. So after he retired, he came back 10 years after and challenged for the belt and got the belt. You can't say I've defeated 10, man. He got heart, massive heart. He's a Hall of Famer. He got 10 for real, for me.
Okay. And what about Holmes?
He got the same, man. When he got knocked down by Ernie Shavers, Mike Tyson. When he got knocked down by Mike Tyson, he came back and beat the heck out of Ray Mercer, man. And he wasn't supposed to win that fight, man. He showed massive heart, man. So I'm gonna give him a 10.
Okay. Chris, what you got for George Foreman on Hart?
I'm gonna give George a 9.
Okay. And Larry?
I'm gonna give Larry a 9 too.
Okay. So this one here is very close. This one here is very close.
George got it by a point.
Yeah, Umar's in it because me and Chris tied up.
Yep, George won that round.
Yeah.
George won that round. And we go to punching power. Bin Umar, George Foreman punching power.
Like a fucking 37. It's as high as I possibly could go. That dude, like Errol said, that dude the fucking hurt you. And he definitely punches harder than my man that knocked out Vitaly Klitschko. I can't remember his name now, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
Oh, you try to throw a shot. Corey Sanders.
Oh, Corey Sanders.
Yeah, he definitely fucking harder than Corey Sanders.
Hey, Chris like the library. You see how you finished that sentence though, right? Chris like the library out here, bro. Okay. What you giving me, Umar?
Oh, a 10, no doubt about it, man. That dude could punch, man. When he was bouncing Joe Frazier like a basketball, man.
Yep. And Larry Holmes.
He wasn't really a power puncher like that. I mean, he had some power. Don't get me wrong, but he wasn't really a power puncher like that. But he did have a lot of knockouts, though. But he really wasn't a power puncher. He had a lot of knockouts, though. So that, I mean, it's hard to say a man who had all them damn knockouts wasn't a power puncher. But I would only give him. I give him an 8. I give him an 8.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about right. You got it right.
EJ, what you got for George Foreman on punching power?
Man, George Foreman will knock out the moons. That's what he. He is like he is all right. Knock out the moon. He didn't knock out Ali, but boy, I'm telling you, bro. Anyone look, man. Anyone spars with Son Liston, you gotta be signed, bro. That motherfucker was scary, bro. Look, man. Look at he's got in the history of heavyweight boxing in general. Look at his knockout percentage. If you go on BoxRec look at his BoxRec. You have a laugh how many knockouts this man. He done knockouts for laugh. So
68 KOs. 68 KOs in 76 fights.
Look at that. Who does that? It's ridiculous. 10 has to be.
Yep.
No question. 10.
And Larry.
Larry for punching power.
Yeah.
Larry got power, you know.
Larry got power,
but not power like Vic, man. He ain't got power like Foreman, but he got power. His power was more the accumulation of battery and speed and this accumulation power. You know what I'm saying? He has power, but I'll give Larry about on the Rexer scale. I'll give Larry about. I have to be fair. I think about 6 or 7. All right, 7. I'll give it 7. I'll give him a 7. Okay. I'll be fair because he's a heavyweight.
Yeah.
You have to be. You know what I'm saying? And he goes the distance and bangs you out later. But I'll give it a 7 because I'm being fair. He ain't bad, but he ain't, you know what I'm saying? 7.
Okay. Chris, what you got for George Foreman punching power?
A 12.
12.
A 10.
Yeah, if they had a 12, it would be that.
You know that. What about Holmes?
Man, I ain't never seen nobody disfigure a dude face like Holmes used to do in his prime with just a jab. That jab was hard as hell.
Yeah,
I'm going to give.
Really? You give him that high?
Yeah, that jab, man. He used to beat people up, Errol.
How much you give him,
that
Chris?
That jab was powerful. You knock people out.
What did you give him?
An 8.
You give him an 8. Okay. An 8.
I give Holmes an 8. Yeah.
No problem. So, well, we know who won that one. You know who won
no
that.
contest in that department.
Yeah, nah, Foreman, man, for real.
Chin and durability. Bin Umar, Larry Holmes.
Larry Holmes didn't get knocked out to what? His last against Mike Tyson was his last fight?
Well, that wasn't his last fight. That wasn't. But that's the only time he was knocked out.
Oh yeah, because he came back after that. But that is the only time he got knocked out.
Yeah.
And he got knocked out by fucking prime ass Mike Tyson.
Yep.
So that's nothing to feel bad about.
Yep.
And he was down a few times, but now I'll give his shit a 9 because I don't think you can take too much away from a man at that age getting knocked out by Mike Tyson.
Okay. What about Foreman?
Hold on, I could be mistaken, but isn't Foreman the only time he touched the canvas was against Ali, right?
No.
Nah, Ron Lau.
Ron Lau floored him, and Jimmy Young floored him.
Yeah.
Okay, Ron Lau, Jimmy Young.
Them
So he's been down
hard,
two
though,
times.
man. Them motherfuckers hard, though, Umar, man.
Yeah, Ron Lau hits hard than a motherfucker.
Yeah, they hit hard.
All right, so he only been down 3 times.
No. He was down several times against Ron Lau. He was down several times against Lau.
Yeah.
Okay, he got knocked out a gang of times against Ron Lau. He got knocked down, but he only got knocked out once against Ali.
Against
Yeah,
Ali.
that's me.
Only
Yeah, he's knocked down,
stoppages.
but knocked down against Ali. That's right.
Yeah, and the Ali knockout was more, in my opinion, was more fatigue. And he did get back up, but he was just so tired he couldn't get back up before the count. I give him a 9 as well because he did have a good chin, man. I mean, he was in there with Michael Moore. And people seem to forget Michael Moore could fucking punch. Maybe not as well at heavyweight as he could at light heavyweight, but light heavyweight he was a fucking ridiculous puncher, and he still could crack a heavyweight as well. And he took a lot of shit to fucking come through and win that fight, and as well as all the other guys, like you saying. Right now, Joe Frazier could punch. Really couldn't land much, but when he did, he would hurt you. But yeah, I'm gonna give him a 9. I'm gonna give him a 9. Man, he had a good chin.
Okay. What have you got for Larry Holmes' chin and durability? EJ Boxing Live. What you got?
Oh, Larry, which one first?
Larry Holmes.
Larry Holmes. No, so let's look at this. Yeah, him and Deck a couple of times. Shavers decked him. Tyson knocked him out. Yeah, I mean, listen, bro. I'm gonna tell you, bro. Mike Tyson could knock out anyone. Shavers, if he hits you, he could knock out anyone. But you gotta look at this. He got back up Shavers. With the Tyson fight, yeah, he laid down, but he came off a layout. Not making no excuses. He was off a layoff for about 2 years or something like that. You know, after the Spink shit, he was pissed. So he came up with a layoff, but he didn't just sit there. And he went against Mercer's Ron Mercer, and you saw what power Mercer can generate. And then, and you know what I'm saying? And then he went against Evander Holyfield, who can definitely hit. I'm going to give him a 10. And I think it's warranted. I think 10. Because I don't know if Mike Tyson said, if he fought Larry Holmes in his prime, he wouldn't stand a chance. And I'll believe that. Because the old Larry Holmes was making Tyson look thingy. But when he got hit by a thing, it was just moved to a layout and Tyson was just too active. That's what I think. So I'm giving him a 10.
Okay. 10 for Larry. And what do you got for George Foreman?
I'll give him a 10 as well. Again, it's the same situation. They're hitting the fucking hardest heavyweights ever in boxing. Hardest heavyweights, man. I know Ali maybe, but it's that's fatigue. He punched himself out. Ali made him do. And then look at Evander Holyfield. Look at that, man. Like Ron Lau. Look, man, these guys are bangers, bro. So I'm giving him a 10, man. I put him in any fight, any era. He used to spar with Sonny Liston.
Yep.
If you can't take a chin, if you spar with Sonny Liston and you ain't got a chin, I don't know what to say. That just says it right there. You spar with Sonny Liston. And anyone know about Sonny Liston? He fucking, me and Beats interviewed his autobiographer. He said Sonny Liston knocked out the whole of them one man's, was it top row or bottom row? Front row
knocked out
teeth.
a row of his teeth. Yeah, he knocked a row of his teeth out,
with fucking punching in a fucking fight. Knocked out the whole of the man's feet. So you told me, so 10. 10,
yeah.
both.
Okay. Chris, what have you got for George Foreman? Chin and durability.
Chin and durability, I'm going to give him a 9. No, I'm going to give him a 10.
You're going to give him a 10?
Yeah.
Larry?
Larry got hit by Mike Weaver, Ken Norton, Ernie Shavers, Mike Tyson, Ray Mercer. He gets a 10 also.
Tim Witherspoon?
Yeah, you see?
Frank Bruno.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it there? See it there?
10.
Yeah, it's going to be a 10.
Mm-hmm.
That is a tie. That's a tie right there.
Yep, it
Yeah,
sure
exactly,
is.
yeah.
Got a contest. I've got a great contest here, man. Got a great contest. So, I'm enjoying this one.
Now ask me if Klitschko would have got hit by any of them dudes.
Lights out.
Lights out, man.
Lights out, man. Lights out.
Book. Lights out. Footwork. George Foreman footwork, Bin Umar. What do you reckon?
Shit.
Hey, he could actually move, you know.
This could be good though.
Hey, George could actually move. People think he could actually move.
But you compare it to Larry Holmes' beats. Compare it to Larry Holmes, that's the problem. It's a comparison.
We know who's gonna win this round. I'm gonna give Big George. I'm gonna give George a 6, man.
Okay.
I'll just give him a 6.
And Larry?
Larry's getting like a 10, man. He was moving around that motherfucker like Ali, man. He could move around that goddamn ring.
Yeah, he could.
He was way around that ring very, very well, man.
It's a great contest. EJ, who you got? George Foreman on footwork. What you got?
George Foreman can cut the ring off, motherfucker. Cut the ring down. That is footwork in itself. Knowing how to trap your opponent and beat the shit out of him. Because when he was knocking your ass out, he knew how to trap it down. And I think he's probably underestimated in terms of footwork. We're talking about evading shots. Because he's big George Foreman. He's the wear you down, grind you down, and you more than the opponent. But then you go and say against Ali and some other, he wild and some other things. You know what I'm saying? And his footwork, as he got older, probably not as good as he could have been because he got slow. So I give George Foreman about 7. I think 7. 7's fair. Because he could get to the point. Because to knock out with them people, you have to find them, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So,
that's right. And Larry Holmes.
Larry Holmes is very good footwork, very good. Because you know how to reach just distance. He knew how to throw his punch where you couldn't hit him back. Especially in his prime, he was cold. Hey, look, man, look at his. I mean, I know he looks fucking. I know he talks funny now and with that flat top, yeah. But boy, look at his face. His face was more or less the same. Face, clean face, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's defending himself, man.
Had to bring up the flat top.
Yeah, Larry put that flat top in. I mean, look at Larry's face, man. Larry, you know what I'm saying? Never really got bashed up a bit, but he never really took that many shots in his face, and that's controlling distance. Nor did Foreman, by the way. So just gonna put it out there. Well, Foreman against against Vander Holyfield is different. But anyway, so I give obviously.
He couldn't cut down the ring against Tommy Morrison either.
Yeah, Torrin, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, listen. The thing is, right? If you watch some of the films in the 70s, he used to move on his. He was bouncing around.
Yeah. But he's out of his prime. This is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm saying. But you have to judge him by then he's in his prime and out his prime, and this is why we rate him so high. That's why he's a Hall of Famer. But I would say in his prime, he cut the ring down, but it was wild and he used to miss. But I'm gonna go with Larry Holmes. We're talking about right now, so I'm gonna give Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes is exceptionally good. I'll give Larry Holmes a 9.
Yeah. Okay.
Good Larry Holmes, 9 is fair.
Chris, what you got on Larry Holmes' footwork?
Yeah, Larry a 10. Larry made especially early on against Ken Norton, he looked like Cassius Clay in there. And Hercules Mike Weaver was good in that fight, but he was in with some relentless dudes. He had good footwork. A prime Larry, 10.
And George Foreman?
Yeah, George Foreman, a 5.
This ain't playing, man.
Okay, 5 for George. Okay. And then we move into the territory of effective aggression. Ben Umar. George Foreman.
Effective aggression. Sometimes when George was younger, his aggression was kind of ineffective because he would be winging shots and they would be wild sometimes. He'd be missing. But when he cornered your ass, that shit got real effective. When he cut that damn ring off, started pounding on your ass. So I'm going to give George, man, I'm giving George a 9 on that.
Okay. 9. And Larry Holmes.
See, Larry, I think he was more on his toes and he was more passive the way he fought. Even though it was effective, but it wasn't really aggressive. So I'm going to take a little bit away from that. So I'll give Larry a 7.
Okay. EJ, George Foreman, effective aggression.
George Foreman, oh, come on, man. It's to be 10, man. Fucking effective. Yeah, he was very effective. And aggression, when you dizzy, he got you out of there real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a 10.
And Larry?
Larry used to play with his food, man. Larry used to enjoy punishing people, bro. I give Larry about 8, man. He's good at it, but I'll give him about 8.
Okay. Chris, George Foreman, effective aggression.
I give him an 8.
8. Okay. All right, what am I doing now? Okay, 8. There we go. That's what I'm doing. And Larry Holmes.
Larry Holmes was a sniper with that fucking jab. He used to use that like it was a gun. He gets a 9 for that.
Man, you be hating on George Foreman all day. Man,
I ain't gonna give him no blowjob neither.
Wait, who you been giving blowjob to then? You been giving blowjobs out there?
Yo, I gotta have to stop you there, fellas, when we broadcast.
People, they praise some people.
You ain't supposed to answer. What you explain before you been busy?
Can you let me talk? Cause it ain't even your turn, big head nigga. Let me calm down.
This is a really good contest, man.
We know you got your posters on this wall.
A really good contest.
You know you got his posters on his wall. Calm down.
Okay.
He gets a 9.
You give him a 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I've changed entertainment value. I now call it the violence factor. That's what I call it now. Right. So, Ben Umar, the violence factor for George Foreman.
Well, it's the violence factor. That's a violent motherfucker, especially when in his prime. He wasn't smiling and selling grills when he was in his fucking 20s. That shit is a 10.
10. And Larry Holmes.
Man, I remember one thing about Larry, and I know you can't hate on him, but I remember Larry punching Ali up in the damn corner and looking back at the referee because he ain't want to hit him no more. I'm telling you right now, if George would have ever had Ali in the corner, he was punching him up, he wouldn't have been looking at him.
You fucked him up. Yeah, right. You're right about that. You're right.
So I'm giving Larry a 6 on that one.
You're right about that. You would have killed him. You would have gone back for that rumble and jumble. If you ever got a chance, oh, you're right about that, bro. You're funny. You're funny, bro. You're funny. That's a funny ass line.
Okay, EJ, violence factor, George Foreman.
Yeah, you're fucking murdering, man. Man, both of them are killer. Look, man, George Foreman used to scare the shit out of you, bro. Coming in with them jabs and shit. Oh, fuck, look what he did, bouncing Joe Fray's head off of the canvas like a basketball. Ken Norton. Them times is violent, bro. Not when he got the grills. See, people remember Big Grills, Big George. Nah. Merciless when he was back there in Jamaica, over there, fucking killing cats. Nah. He still has that in him, but he understood about marketing. So in my eyes, I give him you know what? Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna give him a 9. Okay. And the reason why I give it a 9, yeah, is because I have to factor the later in his career. I have to. I know there's 2 parts of his career. I have to factor in that later in his career he was friendly and smiling. So I have to go there. That's the reason I give him a 9.
Okay. And Holmes.
10. And the reason why he didn't fuck around. He didn't fuck around, bruh. That guy used to have a frown on his face when he was fucking. See, people look at Holmes sometimes, yeah. Man, look, bro, you need to look at him before the fight started. That man was all fucking business. And you're right. Look when he was beating up on Ali. I know he wasn't the referee, but he was punishing Ali for what Ali said to him. He was punishing Ali. He didn't give a fuck about Legend. So you talking that shit, I'm gonna beat your ass up. Talking about Holmes, this, that, Holmes, that. He was a murderer, bro. If Larry Holmes, yeah, when he was talking about Mike Tyson, he was saying, I'm gonna fuck up. He was talking shit on Mike Tyson as well, right? And when he went against Ray Mercer, I know the crowd booed him. Larry didn't fucking joke around with no one. Larry was a bad man, even after when the Spink shit. And he sat in the dressing room and told people to kiss his back, big black behind. Larry ain't no fucking joke, man. I'm giving Larry a 10.
Did he try to do a drop kick off a limousine? Right?
Yeah. See,
Larry
ain't fucking around. Yeah, he dropped him on limousine when he was fighting against what's that heavyweight?
Trevor Burbick.
Yeah, Larry.
Some more stories about
Larry.
Larry.
I saved it here. George Foreman, I gave a 9. That's why I gave Larry fucking 10. Larry ain't fucking around, bro.
Okay, Chris. George Foreman, violence factor.
Man, George Foreman, violence factor gets a 10.
10. And Larry?
Larry gets a 10. That damn ass whooping he gave Marvis Frazier and Leon Spinks was legendary.
Yeah, the Leon Spinks one.
And he'll get it popping outside of the square circle. Like after the Leon Spinks fight, he told them, what's that, Jerry Cooney, you come over here, I'm gonna slap you in your face.
Okay, so.
He drop kicks people off limos. Larry didn't have problems stepping to outside.
That's still the illest boxing video ever. See Larry Holmes catch flight off a limousine.
Larry fucking around, man.
That Jerry Cooney shit was funny though. He said, "Look, you come over here, I'm gonna smack you right in your face."
Okay, that round's even. It's an even round.
How the hell is that even? How is that even?
Because you gave it 10-6, and Errol gave it to Larry, and Chris gave it 10-10.
Yeah.
But the cumulative score
you
will be different.
You don't add the points up?
Yeah, I will do. That's a separate. That would be a separate score. The cumulative score is separate from the rounds. So
okay.
I've got rounds, and then so if it's even on rounds, then it will go to the accumulative score. You know what I'm saying? So we go to body punching. Bin Umar, George Foreman body punching. Where you go?
Yeah, I give George a 10. He rip your fucking body apart. He rip your body apart. Well, more when he was younger, but when he was younger, he really ripped your body apart. Later, screwed his head out a little bit more. But yeah, he ripped your body apart. He go a body head everywhere. Yeah, I give him a 10.
And what you got for Larry?
I give Larry like a 7. He wasn't really much of a body puncher.
Okay. EJ, what you got for George Foreman body punching?
George Foreman and body, but he didn't do no body punching. Big George ain't got no body. He ain't got no body punching, man. He don't do them, man. I give him like 3. He don't do body. He just go for your head. Yeah, he don't go for the head at all.
Man, he used to do a bit of body punching, man.
He too tall, man. He used to beat. He knew that when he put his hand down there.
Yeah, what fight was you watching?
This is what he said. This is what he said. Nah, I'm going by what Joe said. Joe said he didn't go to the body because if he go to the body, he leaves himself exposed to get hit in the head. So there's no need. He's punching the head up. Hey, we need to go to the look at it, man. He don't need to look at the short guy. He going to beat the shit. I'm not saying he never did, right? Because when he fought Ali, he used to throw them bloody looping punches, but he didn't need to normally. He just went straight for your head.
So what you got for Larry? Body punching.
Larry didn't do evil. Like Larry probably done a bit more. I'll give Larry a 3. Larry didn't go too much either.
Okay.
Just being honest.
Chris, what you got for Foreman? Body punching.
5.
5. And Larry?
7. He ain't doing shit neither, Harley. He was jabbing like lots of times and throwing overhand right.
See, told you.
Okay, so that was another tight one. And I think Larry just no. Let me see. This 10, 8. Who won that? 74, 73. Even.
Mm-hmm. Sounds about right.
Even. So we go to boxing skills. Bin Umar, Larry, George Foreman, boxing skills.
George was kind of crude. He was crude as hell when he was young. He really was, but he was very effective. But later in life, his boxing skills improved, in my opinion. I think he was more patient. He had a better boxing mind. He was smart. He didn't waste punches. He only punched when he, saw the target, punched the target. I give him a 7. I give him a 7.
And Larry?
I gotta give Larry. I gotta give Larry a 9. He's a hell of a boxer, man. Move around his feet, very textbook jab right hand, slip punches. He's a very good boxer, man. I have to give him a 9.
Okay. And EJ, who you got?
What's that? What's the question?
Boxing skills for George Foreman.
Oh, boxing skills for George. He ain't good boxing skills. I think a boxer, he was effective at what he needed to do. I wouldn't say he was a boxer's bully ass. He could box. He wouldn't. The thing is, in the heavyweight division, you don't need to. It's just sheer power is George. So even if he had boxing skills, you can't really see it because everything he hit, they used to go down. So I don't know about boxing skills, bro. And he was crude, bro. He was crude with his fucking throwing them punches still, but I'm gonna give him probably just generously. I'll give him a 6, man.
6.
I'll give him a 6. Give him a 6.
And what about Larry?
He had good timing. Like to explain more, when he fought Michael Moore, right, he was getting outboxed, man, and Morrison outboxed. And this is later in his career, but even in his prime, he was getting outboxed. Ali was outboxing him as well, so you can't really give him that highly when he fought better boxers. Larry Holmes,
Yeah.
boxing skills.
Yeah.
Is that what you asked me?
Yep.
Shit, the master, bro, the old master right there. Give him 10, man. Jab, one of the best jabs in the business. Right hand. Larry had a great book. Larry's got not past present tense. Larry has a great boxing mind, and still has. You can tell youngsters. He was explaining to Joshua how to throw the jab, and I think Joshua might have learned from it as well.
He bloody better do. You know what I mean? He better listen to George.
He did. He explained to Joshua how to throw the jab properly, how to make it sting.
Yeah.
So Joshua might have learned from that. So Larry's the man.
No doubt. So, Chris, what do you have on George Foreman boxing skills? What do you have?
I don't want to give him a 5, so I'm gonna give him a 6.
Okay. And Larry?
10, no doubt about it.
Okay. The Eastern Assassin wins this round. Okay. What's that? Right. Last round. Bin Umar. George Foreman resume.
Are we doing the resume in totality or just wins?
However you want to weigh it up is how you want to weigh it up. Whatever you consider
fair
from
enough.
your interpretation of what his resume is. Do you want me to
Okay,
go through
fair
some
enough.
of his wins or?
Oh shit, Umar.
Yeah,
Shit.
I mean, if you want to,
It's up
but
to you.
I mean, I got the wins in my
All right,
head.
well,
I
as
mean,
long as you got them in your mind, that's cool.
Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, Michael Moore late in his career. What's he beat? He beat Ron Lyle, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Jimmy Young and all them guys.
You lost to Jimmy Young.
Lost to Jimmy. Well, he still fought him.
Yep.
I'm talking about the people you said. I'm doing it in totality, like the people he fought. I'm not gonna just do the wins because that wouldn't be because I'm sure everybody else is gonna do it in totality. I think I gotta give him a 10. I gotta give him a 10. Man.
And Larry, what would you give Larry?
Larry fought Mercer, Spinks, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Holyfield,
Mike Weaver,
Mike Weaver. He
Ken
fought
Norton.
a lot of fucking guys.
Tim
Ken Norton.
Witherspoon,
Shut your
Carter
ass
Truth.
up, Chris. Shut your ass up, Chris. Chris trying to leave. Chris.
Ernest Shanks, Frank
Yeah,
Miller.
Chris, I can't let you do that because you're. Yeah, I can't let you do that, Chris, because you're
Chris
influencing.
trying to influence my number.
Yeah,
Yo, just
yeah.
because Chris over here trying to influence my number, he gets a 9.
Oh,
You're gonna give him a 9, yeah?
He gets a 9. I'm going with Big George because Chris over here trying to influence me.
Okay, EJ,
Trying to give him-
what do
What's
you
the
have
question?
for the George
What?
Foreman resume?
George Foreman resume. Let
Yeah.
me think about that. The greatest of all time. Ken Norton, Black Hercules, Smoking Joe Frazier, and all the other guys. Jimmy Young, Ron Lau, Vander Holyfield, Michael Mora. Man, look, man, he got a great resume right there. Man, he fought the who's who of who's who. He has a great, excellent resume. I'll give him a 10, man. I'll give him a 10. He fought the best of the old era and the era in the 90s. And the era in the 90s is fucking tight, bro. So I'm gonna give him a 10 for real, man.
Okay,
He
and
fought
Larry?
Shannon Briggs too, right? Did he
What's
fight Let's Go Champ?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. He won that. He won that fight. Got robbed, in my opinion.
Okay, and what you got for Larry?
Larry again, man. Same thing. He was in around the same era. Larry, I tell you, Larry didn't fight so deeply as Holmes, but man, he 1978 first fight. Ken Norton, you know what I'm saying? The Shavers fights was fucking tight. The Witherspoon fights, Vander Holyfield, Mercer, the Ron Mercer win is fucking nice, bro. You know what I mean? The Mike Tyson took him out. Fair enough. A good resume, but you know what? I think Foreman's resume was better, just slightly better. Just because he was doing it, and he did come back with the heavyweight champion, not because anything, just slightly, in my opinion, slightly. Maybe is it the fault that when Holmes was just getting the title defenses that he didn't have people like what Foreman was going against, you know? And
I
Larry
know
was
he's
one
got
of
names. Lone Holmes has got you guys
yeah,
have missed a lot of names.
Go on, name some names I don't know because there's some. I didn't name. I'm not gonna lie. I mentioned some names. Name a names I haven't know.
Jerry
Mike
Cooney,
Weaver,
Ronaldo
Mike
Snipes,
Them guys.
Trevor
I don't-
Burbeck,
Yeah, see, this is the thing.
Bone
See them
Crusher
heavyweights,
Smith, Carl the
Yeah?
Truth
See
Williams.
see all the heavyweights you mentioned, yeah? I
Yeah.
don't rate them highly.
Okay.
That's the problem. I'm rating. See, when they took on Foreman's resume, right? This is what I'm trying to say. The caliber of opponents were better. Just
Okay,
them.
okay.
Them other,
Well,
they were
some of the
second tier
same
heavyweights. In my
Some
opinion.
of the same guys.
No,
What, Ken Norton too?
No, it's not, man. It's not. And you're
Well,
talking about
it's your decision. Yo, Chris, you got to stop trying to influence the
Yeah, because
the play.
Chris over there bring that bias. Then Umar sniffed him out. Umar was right. Sniffed him out, trying to persuade people. Now,
You give him a 9.
Yeah, I give him a 9. I got Foreman 10, and I give him a 9. There you
Okay.
go.
And Chris, all right, we go to you. George Foreman resume.
They fought like some of the same people, but I thought Larry had a better reign than him at heavyweight as a title reign.
Yeah, he did.
A longer title reign too. I'm gonna give him a 9.
Yeah, he did have a longer title.
You're gonna give Foreman a 9, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you're gonna give Larry
a 10.
Okay.
Yeah, but not against the people that Foreman fought.
He fought some of the same people. The only Joe first.
If he fought in his title reign, some of the people he fought, no, he wouldn't have the belt.
Only person he didn't fight, he beat Ken Norton too. He beat Ali.
Shut up, man.
He doesn't. Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier
over there biased as hell. Get out.
George Foreman didn't fight Ernie Shavers. I can do that too.
Go ahead, Umar. Do your thing, Beats. Beat Umar. Chris over there biased as hell. Gosh.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, yeah, keep talking it out, fellas. You know what I mean? Cause I'm listening. Cause I'm gonna add up some scores.
Yeah.
Hey, Umar, see Chris over there trying to persuade. He biased, innit?
Man, nobody talking about
I don't think Chris ever gave a round to Foreman. I don't think he.
Yes, I did. I gave him punching power.
Huh?
No, I gave him 2 rounds actually.
Which round was that?
I forgot. I gave him 2 though.
Yeah, you forgot.
Well, Chris, you didn't have no choice but to give him punching power.
You hating all day.
I gave him a 10. We did a chin too, didn't we?
Man, you be hating all day,
The
Chris.
chin was about the same though.
But you know, man. Anyway, we're gonna see it differently. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Ain't no thing. But I tell you what, it's a good debate though. If they fought, who would have won?
So Chris out here sounding like Bill Clinton politicking out here, boy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Larry Holmes will lose to Tommy Morrison.
I think Larry Holmes would have beat him. You know.
Hold on, you say you think Larry Holmes would lose the Tommy Morrison?
No, I think Larry Holmes would beat Foreman.
I don't think.
Oh, yeah, I'm about to say.
I think Larry Holmes would have beat Foreman, but if they were to face 3 times, yeah. If they were to face 3 times,
Larry was kind of hard to hit and got their feet. Ken Norton and Ernie Shavers had to go find him.
Yeah, but in their primes,
my thing about that fight is, if Larry could box and stay away, he would win. He'd probably win on points. But if he gets cornered, he ain't got no rope-a-dope in his fucking repertoire. He get knocked out.
He did a rope-a-dope before the fight. He did a rope-a-dope against Holyfield.
Yeah, but Holyfield was a smaller heavyweight. Larry Holmes George Foreman's a big heavyweight, Chris. It's a big heavyweight.
Yeah,
and George Foreman in his prime would have cut the ring down. He would have cut the ring down and he would have put it on him.
Jimmy Young, stop it.
Man, look, the thing is whether George Foreman could take the fucking punching power, what Foreman's bringing out, man. His power is fucking nasty, bruh. Nasty, Chris.
So hardest hitting punching record on tape. People say,
man, he is harder than Mike. I think he got harder knockout than Mike Tyson. Yeah, he has, man.
George Foreman, he fought punches though. He fought like a who's who of punches and beat him.
Saying, Chris, man. I'm saying, man. So.
Well, he got knocked out by Tyson, and Tyson couldn't punch like Foreman. So
yeah,
I think Foreman.
Old Larry Holmes got it. Yeah, I'm talking about Larry in his prime against George Foreman in his prime. I think Mike Tyson would have knocked out that version of damn Larry or George Foreman too.
Okay, so we have a winner. We have a winner. We have a winner. We go to the scorecards. George Foreman.
Larry Holmes, go ahead, Beats.
5 rounds. Larry Holmes, 4 rounds. So, you know, Foreman's up on the scorecards, and the cumulative score: 289 points to Foreman, 284 to Holmes. They both scored 9 10s apiece. So George Foreman wins the tale of the tape between himself and Larry Holmes.
There you go. Chris, even though Chris ain't over there, that's right. That's what's up.
Yeah, I just don't think Larry would have lost people Foreman lost to.
Right, but I'm gonna put it out there. On the record. I think Larry would have beat Foreman in the first fight, but maybe not the second fight. But I think Larry would have beat him. So just letting you know. But I'm surprised.
I think George would have KO'd him.
Nah, I don't think so.
No.
We you know why? We already said he's got one of the best chins. We already said he had one of the best chins, man.
Well, you have to remember, man. Larry got off the deck from a full-fledged Ernie Schaefer shot which would have knocked down the Twin Towers. I'm telling you, man. You know what I mean? Like,
and God,
if you saw the shot he got from Ronaldo Snipes as well, like Larry could get off from shots, bro. Only Tyson managed to flatten him out. And Weaver.
Yeah, but this is the thing. He got up from even Mike Tyson knocked him out in that fight. He came back. So most people, when they get knocked out Mike Tyson, they be cashing their check in. Not Larry Holmes, man. Came back.
Yeah. Put it this way. I see it like this. Foreman can't win that fight on points. He can't win it on points. He has to knock Larry out. He has to take Larry out.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I said the same exact thing.
You know, Larry's jab.
Larry's jab fucking be sparking him though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a longer reach, and he know how to use that reach.
Yeah, Foreman didn't have a big reach either. He didn't have a big reach.
Hey, Larry, I think let's talk about in their prime when they're younger. I think it would have been harder. But I tell you, when they're in the advanced age, I think Larry would have fucking took the piss with Holmes. He would have beat him up for fun, man. Larry would have been.
No, I think in their later age, it would have been easier for Foreman to win.
No,
and they're younger.
Larry still. Nah, Larry would have fucked him up, man. Larry would have fucked him. In advance, Larry would have better him. Foreman wouldn't that work. Larry would have got him, man.
Man, Foreman would have been taking jabs all fucking night. They either clip that motherfucker and just put him to sleep.
You know why that fight never happened? That's because HBO on the network. They thought they wanted to see no two olds. See, that's the bullshit right there. Them old dudes should have fought, and they should have fought, man. People.
Man, I would pay $30 on pay-per-view to see both them old ass motherfuckers.
They should have
right now.
Foreman's people should have.
Right now.
You know why? Because Larry would have derailed the train. That's why they didn't fucking go there. That Larry would have derailed fucking Foreman. That's the truth right there.
I'm saying this, bro. I'd pay money to see Larry and George before I'd pay money to see Triple G fight Lemieux.
Oh yeah,
right
now. Yeah, hey, that's right there. Larry Holmes and old George Foreman's pay-per-view. Split that way. Yeah.
That's messed up right there. Y'all right there.
Hey, no, Dave.
No, I'm not.
It was about 85 years old.
Hey, no, Dave. Chris. Hey, that's a good.
Hey, they both in their 60s. But they can still crack. I'm sure they can still do it.
Yeah, they 70. They 70.
That's some funny stuff.
I enjoyed this matchup, man. It was a good matchup. You know?
Yeah.
I knew it would be quite tight. And I suppose on another day, and maybe if somebody replaced one of you guys, it could have went the other way. It could have went the other way as well. You know? Let's say if someone else came in and was judging. Let's say if Natty was here and one of you guys wasn't judging. You know, he might have scored more tens.
I already know Natty ain't giving it to George Foreman. I already know who won Natty tight heavyweights is.
Yeah.
Well, Natty will have a chance to comment in the conversation.
Man, you can't do nothing with that Christian. He's biased ass. Can't do nothing.
Yeah, man. Everybody talking about Costa today, Errol. Chill out.
Yeah, man. Ain't nothing wrong with Costa Zoo, bitch ass.
Leave it alone, Errol. Everybody like Costa Zoo.
The next one we should do is Taylor Tate. Let's do Tito Trinidad versus Cotto or something.
We already did that. Me and Beats.
Did we do a Taylor? No, we didn't do a Taylor to Tape, Chris. We just had we had a debate. We didn't do a Taylor to Tape actually.
Okay.
Right. Well, we could do that. We could hook that up.
Yeah.
All right.
That was a good debate, man. It's a good debate. Whoever you pick, whoever won that, really, you can't go wrong either way. So it's a matter of opinion. Leave your comments in the comment section, and Umo will flame you up.